Fear Nigerian government if you are jide bomb. Body see no na Mbosi. If body see no na Nigeria fighter jet. Arabia. Where body see my top in the mother. My primary school. Ebenina, near bomb body see no today. Why agree? Tata 2nd of December. Haji fighter jet Arabia. Where you pushing the mother na Mbosi. Near bomb mere na Kabo kwa na launch ka agbara. Nka correct bomb ka agbara. Agbara many houses collapsed today.
Na like class like a mad Josie. Like class I bought them on PC guy. Bus is on fire. The walls motion. The warm locker. And I got the old thing while I bet my cat was safe.
Good evening, viewers. This is BVI Channel 1, where we tell you undiluted truth. Today, we are back again on Matters Arising, and we hope that we are going to engage in another section of enlightenment, update, and conversation that will help shaping our society for good. The ugly incident that happened on 2nd of December 2024 at Mbosi community and its environment is something that is unheard of. But in Nigeria, it had become a standard procedure of the military engaging in extrajudicial bombardment, decimation of communities. Wherever there is maybe an uprising or a kind of confrontation with any armed organization or individuals that might result to a death or injury of any of their personnel, the next thing you see is they will launch all full onslaught. It happened in Biafra. It happened in what do they call it? The federal government of Nigeria have officially engaged or declared what they call Second Biafra War. Well, let us take a look at that and find out for ourselves if truly it looks like a war zone. I'll be right back. Don't touch the dial.
Fear Nigerian government if you are jide bomb. Body see no na Mbosi. If body see no na Nigeria fighter jet. Arabia. Where body see my top in the mother. My primary school. Ebenina, near bomb body see no today. Why agree? Tata 2nd of December. Haji fighter jet Arabia. Where you pushing the mother na Mbosi. Near bomb mere na Kabo kwa na launch ka agbara. Nka correct bomb ka agbara. Agbara many houses collapsed today. Cracked up many buildings.
Na like class like a mad Josie. Like class I fought them on PC guy. Mbosi is on fire. The walls motion. The warm locker. And I got the old thing while I bet my cat was safe. Yeah. God, just one block. Now, love peace. Okay, one. Now, wow. Black eye, cowboy, sir. Let chemistry lab, let physics lab, chemistry lab, let computer lab, let library, document school, la. You family la.
That is it. And I would like us to replay that video again. I want us to replay that video so that people will see it properly and hear the eyewitness account of what the Nigerian military, not just the military, the Air Force, is an area bombardment of a community. Let us review that video again. When we come back, we'll open up the line straight on and have your opinion on this. How did we get to this point? And how can we, confront it and resolve this ugly incident? You'll have my opinion after we come right back. Go back to that video.
Free Nigeria government bịara jide bọmbụ gbarisie enu na Mbosi. Gbarisie enu na ha jiri fighter jet were bịa wee gbarisie ma chọpụ ndị mmadụ ma primary school ebe niile na ihe bọmbụ gbarisiri enu na today gbayarigiri tata bụ 2nd of December. Ha jiri fighter jet wee bịa wee igbusi ndị mmadụ na Mbosi. N'ihe bọmbụ mere enu na nke abụọ kwa na ọlọ ncha ka agbara, nke a correct bọmbụ ka agbara. Ọ gbara many houses collapsed today, cracked many buildings.
Na le class m laka ma diozi. Le class m afford m mkpirisi guy. Mbosi is on fire. Legodi. Was motion. E wo m laka. Kanga go dio ste mala bed ma ka di kwa save. Yeah. God, just one block. Nah. Love peace. Okay, boy. Now, wow. Black eye, cowboy, sir. Let chemistry lab, let physics lab. Chemistry lab, let computer lab. Let library. Let library, la. Document school, la. You family la.
That is it. It is still surprising to me that since 2nd of December this thing happened 2 days ago, I've not heard any word from the governor of Anambra State, Professor Charles Soludo. Or does it mean he is not aware of what happened there? Or giving the Anambra people a security update with respect to that incident? We used to hear this happen in Imo State. And having it happen at Mbosi, Mbosi is a close border community with Imo State. I've not heard a word from those at the National Assembly who claim they are representing the people. I have not heard leaders of thought or those they call the elites speak up against this or even comment on it. Because I don't see anywhere in the world where in any little confrontation of any armed groups or any maybe criminal gang had a confrontation with the military, the next thing is total decimation. I think the one that happened in Delta State is not far too long, where a group of people, engaged the military and it resulted to the deaths of some of the personnel. Boom! the entire community was ransacked and decimated. Is that how a place is governed? Is there no standard procedure of engagement with respect to military civilian altercation? It baffles me that those who are saddled with responsibility of protecting lives and property are the ones destroying lives and property. You can see from my own personal opinion and point of view from what we saw, the community in question and the very place that was seriously bombarded was a school. It's a community school. The classrooms were all bombarded, the roofs ripped off, the classroom blocks destroyed, and the rest of them. Perhaps, I don't know, whatever intelligence report they had to bomb that public facility, school for that matter. Would they say is a criminal hideout for those who they are going after? If that could have happened on the day where students goes to school, I think 2 days ago is on Monday, and because of sit at home, the children doesn't go to school. So that is how, these pupils or students of that school were saved from this tragic incident. I don't know. I don't know the reason behind it. At least the people are asking this question. Let government come forward and make a statement. This is a serious issue because it's a security matter, very sensitive issue. But up till today, I have not heard. Please, if they have made a statement on this, please, somebody should point me to that direction so that we can hear what the government say that resulted to this kind of bombardment. We are not talking about the trauma that it will leave behind, the destruction. Oh God. Well, I don't need to say too much. Every day, the government gives the people who have turned their back against the government validation. Honestly speaking, this madness should be stopped. This is an act that can be considered as a crime against humanity. But nobody is talking. Oh, okay, what would government say or give us an excuse to allow such bombardment on a community? No matter the provocation or fight against crime or criminal hideout, it doesn't warrant. Go to the northeast, go to the northwest, where almost various local governments have been taken over by armed bandits and terrorist organizations. How many times have we seen this kind of bombardment in those areas? And those who are representing us are keeping quiet. It is a terrible situation. Honestly, it's a terrible situation. Now that we've addressed that, and while we are waiting and hoping that government will come forward to address this, in our assumption, let me just use that word, that it is a fight against criminal hideout and criminal whatever they call it. Let us, because ndị Igbo na-ekwu okwu sị ka ebulugodo ụzọ chụọ egbe before ajụba nwa uriom ọkụkọ I hope you understand what I'm saying. Now that we have addressed the unconstitutional engagement targeting civilian population by Nigerian forces, which should be condemned by everyone, by all standard, universal, globally, it is not obtainable anywhere, only in Nigeria. We are seeing it every time. Why must it be so? And our people, those in authority, are keeping quiet. Now that we've established that, let us talk to ourselves. How did we come to this point? Southeast used to pride itself as the safest place in the entire Nigeria. Southeast. Since this insurrection, terrorist activities, and the rest of them have been going on across Nigeria, Southeast remained the most safest region in Nigeria. But today, it's now reverse is the case. How did we get to this point? Kedu ka isi wee nọlụ aka enwe banyela anyị n'ofe? How did we brought ourselves to this situation? Because you all know that none of you gather ebe mma. And that is why our people must be very, 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 I will not say tactical, but reasonable in anything they do. That is why we continue to appeal to any group, whatsoever you are agitating for. Do not give the Nigerian authority the validation, the excuse, and the opportunity to decimate our land. We've had enough. We've had enough. We continue to condemn any act of violence that exposes our people to this kind of situation. Because we know, even it didn't start with Igboland. It happened in Biafra state that I said it before. It happened in Zakibian. It recently happened in one community in Delta State, where military personnel invade communities, ransack it, destroy it, burn down anything that is on their way. This is not the first time we're seeing it. So how then did we give these people room to be dropping bomb on the roofs and around civilian population? That is the situation as we saw it. Schools. I can put a school. In how can we continue like this? My people, I am pleading. Akanyo. Akanyo. You know that in Igbo saying, Nekpata unko arurode. Ngwele aputakute gorele. If you bring home infested firewood, lizard will come visiting. All manner of creeping things will abode in your household. And I've also mentioned it here, especially to our brothers who are aggrieved with the Nigerian state because of the situation of things, how they have subjected the people to penury. Some of them who have pride themselves to have taken arms to apply caution. Because there is always consequences of every of their action. And this is just one of them. What we are seeing at Mbosi, what has been happening in Imo State and other parts of Igboland. is as a result of an excuse given to the Nigerian security forces to carry out this kind of decimation. It's unfortunate. Okay? Well, I've said enough. If you want to be part of this conversation, you want to lend your own voice, you want to speak with respect to what we're talking about this evening, call the numbers on the screen, +234 810 4545 533. So when you get across to us, please ensure you turn down the volume of your listening device and stick to the topic under review. We are talking about the airstrike, the bombardment at Mbosi community, which is like the second Biafran war. And people are already saying, even people who are calling that they are bombarding also, the fighter jets are bombarding also. Have we started another second Biafra war? And what did they declare war and nobody heard about it? Well, that is the situation of things we saw at Mbosi that happened 2 days ago. I waited to hear if the government of the day, the government of Anambra State, and even across Igboland, who will make a statement. We are not even saying make condemnation or standing for or against, but make a statement, let the people understand what actually happened. Or perhaps it's not even the federal government, probably an invading soldiers started bombarding Igboland, which we don't know. Let there be a statement. Let us know what happened. At least the people deserve that explanation and clarification. Only God knows the traumatic experience the people living in that community. That community even at the time when we are asking our people to bring down their wealth home, even at the time people are preparing to come back home for Christmas, this is what we are seeing. Is it this kind of journey we are going to embark on and get to our destination to rebuild our homeland, to become the paradise we seek? Let us quickly take the caller. Hello, good evening. Your name and where you're calling from?
Good evening, sir. My name is John. I'm calling from Benue State.
You are calling from Benue State, John?
Yes, sir.
All right, go on with your submission.
Thank you very much for this broadcast. I love the question you asked. And this act is very, very condemnable. There is nowhere in the world today that bombarding innocent civilians is welcome. There is no place on this planet Earth today. It's against the Geneva Convention. And I don't think it's something that anybody that is reasonable will agree with. Now, the question is, how do we go to this place? I am not from the Southeast, but I have been to the Southeast. And I am staying here with some people from the Southeast. Magnificent people. Nice people. Very accommodating, just understand who they are. And I love them so much. Now, for what I saw in the eastern part of Nigeria, I would not want people to be destroyed. It is your right to agitate for whatever you want to agitate for, even if secession whatsoever. It is your legal right, it's your democratic right. But please, I want to beg my brothers in the Southeast, this should not result to war. at the face of the children. Look at the face of the children you want to give freedom. Will that freedom really come to them when you pick up arms? So that is what I just want to say. I love your courage. I love your everything. But I am seriously against arms. Who can tell where the second bombardment will come from? So thank you very much. That is just what I want to say.
Thank you, John, for your submission.
Thank you very much, sir.
All right. We're going back again to that video so that people who are following us to be part of what we're doing. Go back to that video so that those who are following us will understand exactly what we're talking about. I'll be right back.
Free Nigerian government bịa jide bọmbụ gbarisie enu na Mbosi. If gbarisie enu na ha jiri fighter jet were bịa wee gbarisie ma chọpụ ndị mmadụ. Ma primary school ebe niile na ihe bọmbụ gbarisiri enu na today. Gbagharịrị tata bụ 2nd of December. Ha jiri fighter jet wee bịa wee igbusi ndị mmadụ na Mbosi. N'ihe bọmbụ mere enu na nke abụọ kwa n'ọlọ ncha ka a gbara. Nke a correct bọmbụ ka a gbara. Ọ gbara many houses collapsed today. Cracked many buildings.
Na le class like ma di ozi. Le class afford them mkpirisi guy. Mbosi is on fire. Legodi. Ewo zumoshe. Ewo mloka. Kanga go dio ste mala bed ma ka kwa save. Bed ke yeah. God, just one block. Nah. Love peace. Okay, one. Now, wow. Block I can't body say. Let chemistry lab, let physics lab. Chemistry lab, let computer lab. Let library. Let library la. Document school la. You family la.
All right, that is it for those of you who are just joining us. We are still on Matters Horizon, and the matter we there on our desk is the bombardment of Mbosi community. Hello, good evening. Your name and where you're calling us from, please.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening to you.
I'm calling from Europe.
Your name, please.
Papa, my name is
All right, go on.
Okay. Oh, I want to put mouth in the issue of the incident, the current situation in that. What happened, the way the military are bombing the Southeast. That is to show you, and the government not doing anything about it. They have not been able to know. They just kept it secret. That is to show you that life means nothing to Nigerian. That is to show you that the Nigerian government is not value the life of people. Tomorrow now, when the government or the we pick up arms against government, begin to attack your forces, you will begin to hear it from every nation. Good launch have attacked from checkpoint, military base. You will be hearing all those things. Before you know it, then we start people that is doing agitation. But you see the way they have provoking people. Have you seen what the Nigerian government is doing? Have you seen the reason why people are dead? The only law we get in the chat, the reason why Nigerian government want us to be together is because of what we have. They are using our life to do. You as a Nigerian have just tell me, tell yourself the truth. What have you achieved as a Nigerian for the first time? I have been in another country for 10 years now. What I have achieved in my life, I spent more than 35 minutes in Nigeria, nothing to go up. Tell me how you will reason all those things. You are here in Europe seeing how the government is taking the poor people. Even we are immigrants. They still accept free medication or bonus. Have you received any bonus from Nigerian government for the first time? Even during the time of mosquito net, I got it. Just tell yourself the truth. What have you achieved in Nigeria as a citizen of Nigeria? I now go 1 year's no.
All right.
You see the way all the government in that are supporting people. They are the people that is killing up. Go to the north. See the way everywhere is bombing. The Nigerian government do anything about it? No. They are losing people's lives to do this. IDP camp. Making people to leave their land. Is that the kind of life you want them to live in that place? Can go 1 year's open? Or some of the media, some of you doesn't bring out the hiding secret out for people to know. Because you speak. Yeah.
All right. I think you have made your point.
I know I'm on the phone. I'm on the phone. I'm taking a lot of time. But you know that you people over there cannot speak. Why can't you people over there support me that is speaking for you?
So what exactly can you are, excuse me, we are having conversation. Let me give you an extra 1 minute so that you will explain to us how do we as a people, now that we've seen the situation of things, how do we handle this? And what solution are you bringing? And how is it going to pan out well for our people so that this kind of incident will no longer be happening? You just have 1 minute because you've taken time to explain your anger, your distrust about the Nigerian state. That is fine. Now, the solution. What solution are you bringing to the table for the people?
If you ask me as a human being, as a person that reasons very well, because I see that most people living here, not that, let me just put it this way, not that they don't know what is happening or they cannot speak. But honestly, people are just keeping quiet because of the government handling it. There is no free of speech here. The only situation, the only remedy in this is this. We have to go our separate way.
Nobody is arguing. Nobody is arguing that. We have to go our separate ways. Fine. Yes. It is the right of anyone to agitate for that and push for that. Now, how about you say people back home should support what you are doing. What exactly are you doing?
I know some of them is supporting what we are doing because you look into the I see that any time we did another here, those people there practice. And you don't expect everybody to practice. But you can see that a good of number of people there practicing the sit at home is bigger than people not practicing.
Okay, that is what you're doing to solve the problem of Nigeria against the Biafran people, as you recommend, right?
That is it.
To support your sit at home.
We will continue doing it until we go our separate way.
Okay, now I want to ask you just one more question before I let the callers to come in, so we can learn more, because here we learn and unlearn.
Yeah.
Can you, for over the years that this sit at home have been in practice, what the government of Nigeria have lost with respect to the sit at home engagement, and what the Biafran people have gained with respect to the enforcement of this sit at home?
Okay. What we have gained in this sit at home is bigger than what we have lost. You tell yourself you can tell yourself the truth.
That's what we are asking. Tell us what we have gained.
What we have gained in this sit at home, like I told you, is bigger than what we have lost. Listen to me. I'm coming. For example, you can see that every one of our eyes are open in the after peace. So everybody have put their minds in one place, in one government, the after government together. So there is no other someone to be, and everybody will accept it apart from the government in the government together. That is the only government that will give them order, and then we do. That is what we have achieved.
One achievement.
And what we have lost is that is, I think it as nothing, because when sit at home was not there, when sit at home was not there, all those billions of naira they are telling us that they have lost. Are we typically seeing the impact of those money in that thing? Please, can you tell me?
All right, it's good you answered. You answered the question, and you asked me a question.
Excuse me, is it from the road? You are complaining of the money.
Can you?
What you have lost.
Can you ask me a question? Can I answer you?
When the sit at home was not there, what have the government have put in?
All right, let me answer you the question. I think I gave you a wonderful time, and but I needed to have this conversation with you because I believe other people will learn from it. All of us will be learning in the process.
You can go ahead.
But Mbadike, I know that you are calling. Give me extra 3 minutes for us to dissect this one. That will bring you on. Mbadike Biko, you another few seconds so that we will bring you on. Thank you very much. Now, my brother, okay, before I answer that question, I want you to finish answering the question I asked you, because you've itemized what Biafran people or the Igbos have gained with what you are doing that you say people should support. Then you've also itemized, you've not itemized what we've lost anyway, but what has the government of Nigeria lost?
In this platform, because of this platform?
Yes, sir.
Okay. They mentioned a lot of money, and everyone is not happy about it. But they need deep that every one of us is happy about it. For what Nigerian government have won.
Wait,
don't care.
Is it the federal government or the government or in Igboland?
The federal government is affecting every one of them. This is just the truth.
I want to know how it affects the federal government.
Come again.
We are talking about the federal government. We are not talking about the state government. Because the people that are in charge of the the bombardment that happened in Igboland today is not coming from the state government, it's coming from the federal government.
That is, all of them is working together. Three people like this. What have Soludo and other governments have said since they have started bombing everywhere? Please, can you tell me? What have they said?
That
will say the life of that things move from them.
All right.
What have they done?
All right. I think we are on the same. All right. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. I appreciate your engaging in this conversation. Honestly speaking, it will open up more conversation as we continue in this program. Thank you very much for joining. All right. Let us quickly address some of the things he raised, because he came with the opinion that the people back home should give them, as he called them in diaspora, who are sponsoring the activities. And one of their major activities in getting Biafra is to sit our people at home every Monday. Is to compel our people actually to sit at home every Monday. Okay? In the southeast, in Igboland. Good. Now, with respect to the achievement he mentioned, that everybody now believes and know that there is a government operating in exile. And when they give order, you are bound to obey. Whether by voluntary or by compulsion, the most important thing is that everybody must comply. Because we know the slogan, if you come out, you buy. It's not me that said it. So now, if you put that side by side, you don't need to compel our people to observe your leadership and your order if truly they believe in the struggle. And I can tell you, take it home, that our people in their mind, in their heart, in their blood vein, 99% of our people, both home and abroad, are sympathetic and in full support of the agitation for Biafra self-determination. It is not just alone a burning desire in the heart of Biafrans, but an average Nigerian is yearning for freedom from bad governance Nigeria is compelling Nigerians to be into. The Oduduwas are suffering. The Arewas are suffering. Is it not me that made a video and published about an Hausa lady that have been crying that they are being killed and decimated and nobody is talking about it up north? Under the subjugation of invaders that call themselves descendants of Danfodi or whatever. Everybody suffering it. Now, I have made an illustration because I was waiting to hear from our brother what exactly the federal government have lost because of Southeast is sitting at home. Let me tell you, every Monday we are sitting at home, fine and good. Lagos State is booming with business. In fact, I'm going too far. Asaba here is running up their businesses every Monday. And like there is nothing like that across the Niger. And don't forget, Asaba is still Igboland. And majority of the businesses that are domiciled in Igboland are moving away. That is the truth. The fact is that the federal government is not losing any money. Because at the end of the day, you start blaming your government in the southeast that they are not constructing road. They are not doing, because of the structure of this country. If you don't understand the structure of this country, because every Monday, every month end, they go to Abuja to collect their monthly allocation. And they will open the books for them. What has come in through the VAT from your state? What have you contributed to the national purse? Which is a fraud, which is not supposed to be. Every month and they all gather in Abuja to share the national cake in the name of monthly statutory allocation to states by the federal government. So everybody is now subjected to Abuja, which is a fraudulent structure which we have been battling against. But that is the case for another day. But you must understand this structure to understand that what you are doing it against yourself. Because when they go there, they go open books for them. If businesses are not happening in the southeast, it will affect the amount they will get from their monthly allocation. And when the amount is brought low, it is we that will suffer it. Because when the government come back home, they will be struggling to construct road. They will be struggling to fix infrastructures. They will be struggling to even pay salaries, pensions, and clear their gratuities. They will be struggling to equip our hospitals. I'm telling you, this is the structure of Nigeria. Because if reverse is the case in terms of the structure, that every region or state is independent of itself from Abuja allocation every month, then we can now say, oh, whatever that comes to us is what we have for ourselves. We'll use our own resources to build our economy. And at least we will, to a large extent, be in control of our territory. And perhaps all this restiveness across Nigeria will be doused. That is the truth. But if you don't understand these things, you will think you are doing the federal government. You are doing the federal government and they are not in a hurry to comply with a simple demand. Southeast, whoever that has mouth and stake, had gone to Abuja, met with Buhari, met with Tinubu, keep begging that they should let Nnamdi Kanu go. Because that is the bottom line of the enforcement of sit at home. But the kind of language and things we are now seeing and hearing, it seems that even Nnamdi Kanu, if he comes out tomorrow, the whole thing will continue the same way. Because the people that are driving the Monday at home are not under the leadership of Nnamdi Kanu, or perhaps under his instruction, because he himself has relieved himself from anything that has to do with forceful enforcement of sit at home. So that is it. If you bring it down to, like for instance, Anambra State, the markets are shutting down. Remember, now economy move go from buying and selling. And that is the truth. And those who have connected with the vibe of the modern way of trading, some of them are in their internet and all that and be selling their goods. They are not affected by whether me pay shop, me pay rabia. But considerably, the number of people who are massively engaged in day-to-day trading, domicile in Igboland, are suffering. These people, they don't have the technical know-how, perhaps, to navigate through the turbulence. And I can tell you, take it home. I know personally 10 of my people that I know, people now that are doing well here in Onitsha, that have relocated to Lagos. Ejuafa saying that they are tired of this Monday sit at home. No pia go for azu. No pia go their business azu. They are relocating to Lagos, taking the economy to Lagos State. I'm telling you, ndi nke mwama. Amazi maka ndi nke ndi ozo mazi. Nda bu ndi, I know they are the ones, they are the major importers. Majority of importers in Igboland, in Anambra State, in Onitsha, are relocating to Abuja and Lagos, especially Lagos. I'm telling you honestly, that is the truth. I'm telling you. And you know what that means? Majority of the people who are are trading in Onitsha today. They all go to Lagos to buy their goods and come and sell in Onitsha. The money they are exchanging there in Lagos is building up the economy of Lagos State, diminishing and overburdening the economy of the Southeast. Our people must understand these things. Ka anyị malụ mgbe anyị na-agba onwe anyị egbe n'ụkwụ. Ọ ka nsị ka m kọwalụkwa. Hello, good evening. Obidio Obienu, reaching us from the city of New York. Good evening.
Los Angeles.
Los Angeles, sorry. Sorry, Ombadike on New York.
New York.
Go ahead.
Good morning. Yeah, this is good morning from here, my brother Chinid. Real quick, I'm not going to waste time, my brother. And if I will, and so I am, because I know you are hosting this program in English, and you know, for a while now, when I do programs, I speak in Igbo. I call it Igbo can happen. Okay, please. Onwero ebe anyị ga-eji azụ jee ma ọ bụrụ na ya gwara nwaanyị eziokwu. Ọkwa ịghọta hapụ asị niile a n'ala ibe ya enupụkwana afụfụ aka ya tata ka obere aga-agba agba nke obere maka na 2020 ka anyị fụrụ direction movement anyị sọpọtụ na-aga. I waste him that nobody is like I. So it doesn't matter. I do go find out. Wait, I am up on 2028. Now, on the government, money from the IKEA, the government, but I am your from once. How to say that? Leave I have to make it back. Okay, so rapid confusion, Nina. Monday did not go sit at home. Monday night is an Simon, even in the meeting. Monday night support to Simon. Patch it up and then when the video is yes. Where one young one car. Self up by no fear. Or from their case, you wait two factions. Now the two groups, they which you see for the negotiation of family. It can government on the other side for that absorber one group to have one does of which or if they threaten threat from 2020 with that we say about na buy na brought then so destruction na from 2020 like a time one of 2020 one or two, or 22 already. Okay, so from 2020 to that, and I'm seeing that now I want to hear, now I meant a man who able to cry. Okay, in course, I say, but they have politicians, but I won't be table so good. Bundina be book back age in my education. I thought I not support you. Kebu of I want pass by saying, before this is here, I say, Ikea Wufa, Iko Joker, yeah. Macandana, say, but banana, self pass. Okay, but I can't find yeah. This, it do so fast, where Pichon, where Potanic. Now, the solution, only a group on it. Yes, I could do. I could do. What the guy would believe disengage now. I am missing it. Oh, yeah, nine, I am one. The very back. Oh, yeah, nine, I am with you. Maybe a palantima. Bunty room. Rubber and demon. Maybe not a cocoa by con. One bus of the 900. Everybody the bomb wine. A bomb cow is their bomb. A bomb. Can't Matifias. I got why you might use. Otherwise, I got nobody anymore. Salad. I'm quite on them. I go see one.
My brother Obidi Obienu, thank you for that submission. We are bringing Ndubisi, who is joining us virtually. Ndubisi, good evening. You're welcome to Matters Horizon tonight.
Good evening, my dear brother Chidu, and good evening to everybody that
All right, Ndubisi,
has joined us.
you've seen what we're talking about. You've heard what happened at Mbosi. What's your take? How do you react to it?
Well, there is nothing much to say. My stand has always been on good governance. That will continue pushing and pushing for good governance. That all our supporters and all our followers should go the way of good governance, meaning political, legal, anything that is against the law of the land, we are not in favor of that. Having said that, always noted that Nigerian government is not helping us to accomplish our mission. When I say Nigerian government, I mean politicians serving the interests of those people in Abuja. I mean the governors, the elected senators, House of Representatives. These guys are not helping our cause. Because if they are helping our cause, those of us agitating for self-determination, those of us that do not believe that due process of law will achieve any result, would have come around and joined our cause. But because they believe that Nigeria is a fraudulent state, and every day, every now and then, Nigeria has continued to prove them right. Looking around you, Chinedu, you can see what is happening, what is going on around. From the arrest of this guy in Lagos, Dela, to one man embezzling the whole money that is meant for the whole people, using it to develop up to 750 something estates in Abuja, and so several others who have not been caught. These cases of bad governance, injustice, criminality, wickedness against humanity have continued to haunt the ordinary people. The bombing, the bomb that took place either in Abia State or Imo State, of course, remained condemned. No sane man will support such action. Even when some few criminals have conspired among themselves to kill some innocent military officers, such action should not be used to visit the entire community, all in the name of if you kill one soldier, they will come and kill the whole community. That is genocide. That is should be condemned by all civil society, all sane society within and outside Nigeria. That Obasanjo did it in Odi years ago and got away with it. Did it in Zakibian and got away with it. Does not mean that in 21st century we should continue to accommodate that. Nigeria has the instrument of force. Nigeria has the monopoly of force. Nigeria has what it takes to fish out those criminals among us and deal with them decisively. Nigeria has all the money, oil money, all the intelligence, all the gadgets. Why bombing the entire community? Is good governance. And we will always insist that all human deserve equal opportunity and deserve to be treated
Exactly. I
like
agree with
human.
you. I agree with you totally. Now, as an economist, because somebody who called said that they have achieved a lot. Because all of these things every Monday, it happened on Monday. It's as a result of maybe enforcement of sit at home and all that a lot have been achieved by the Southeast, and the government of Nigeria have lost a lot. As an economist, how do you quantify this opinion?
Chinedu, in as much as I will not love to be dragged into such quantification or monetization as a, like you said, as an economist, you know, I've said before that our actions or inactions is not all actions that uh, could be subjected to a monetary terms or measured in monetary terms, should be monetized. Some people said we are losing 20 billion naira, 30 billion naira. To me, as a person, I don't want to speak as an economist because we don't even operate we don't have a system. We don't have a database. I am not comfortable coming out or facing people to pronounce to claim that I'm an economist. I am an ordinary person, Chinedu. Because if you look at it all way around, Nigeria, some people call it zoo. Nigeria is a jungle. Nigeria is a jungle, a system that does not have database. If you ask me now, how many are we in Anambra State? How many are we in Nigeria? And we have professionals. We have the so-called professors of economics, or Jagaban is an accountant, and the people are talking of tax bills, VAT, administration. I think the first thing we should do is to work on our database, to force everybody to be on a data. We have national identity card. What does it take to force all Nigerians to be on data? Because we don't have a nation. We don't have a system. It's only when you have a system that you should begin to talk of that. So I don't want to go that side of saying
Sorry, I think your network is disappointing you. Well, we are still live. The conversation is still on. The airstrike and bombardment of Mbosi community. People are asking. They were not told that the second Biafra war had been declared by the Nigerian government, because that is what it looks like. So today, we are looking at it from all angles and condemning it from every possible submission that we are making here. By all standards, it is not obtainable anywhere in the world that a government will unleash its military force against the civilian population. It's unheard of. But the biggest hurt the people are feeling is their government. I mean, the government of their own state government is not saying anything about it. I've been to BC from the government side about this incident that happened. Or any reaction government in. Yes. Exactly. Mm. This enjoyment. Oh. Well, to the well, Kevin, well, let us quickly let us quickly NBC, let's quickly recap on this story for the benefit of those who joined us late. What happened at Mbosi? Kabajilanya Bafu, Ivaini Kumakia. Makadevenka, it looks like another war. Alright, let's play the video for the benefit of those who are just joining us. I'll come back. We'll take just more few calls and wrap it up for today. I'll be right back.